Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at 10 of the best car insurance companies for you depending on where you are living and your specific zip code. So when it comes to car insurance companies, it's important to make sure that you're looking at what are the best companies for your specific region or your city and state. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here in today's video. And of course, if you do want to check out the tool and widget we're going to be using in today's video, you can go check out that first link down below in the video description. That's BrandonValesky.com/best car insurance. And that will take you over to the widget page where you can search for the best car insurance companies. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here in today's video, comparing what are the best options for you depending on your specific, again, city, state, and zip code, because it is region specific as to maybe which company might be best for you in your specific situation, as well as a few other aspects to building out your car insurance quote and helping you choose the best car insurance company for you, again, depending on where you are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things. So first things first, we're going to go over to the money.com partnership page that I've created with them. And this page will be linked at the top of the video description. So you go ahead and follow along for the 10 best car insurance companies. Again, that's that first link down below in the video description. Again, some of which are affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. So as you can see, we have here is the first question of the process of finding the best car insurance for you is to enter in your zip code. Now, what we're going to be doing here in today's video is taking a look at 5 of the most populated states inside the US. First with California, then we're going to be taking a look at Texas, Florida, New York, and Pennsylvania. The process is essentially the same depending on what state you live in. You can go through this process yourself, of course, as long as you have your zip code. But for today's tutorial and video, I just figured I would show you some of the most populated states so you can get a general idea as to how the tool works for finding some of the best car insurance companies, because it really does depend on your specific information when it comes to finding the right car insurance company for you, and the types of questions and the information that you might want to have before going through the quoting widget or even contacting or talking to a lot of the companies that you're going to be seeing in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and we're just going to be using a test California zip code here. We're going to go ahead and click continue. So the first question the tool asks you is your zip code, and then they're going to ask, are you currently insured? We're going to go ahead and say yes, because maybe we're just trying to shop around and find like a better quote. Do you have a valid driver's license? Go ahead and say yes. How many cars will be on the policy? It's another question you might want to be, prepared with. One, how old are you? So, you could be anywhere from 16 to 65 plus. We're going to go ahead and go with just 25 to 34. Do you own your home? Let's going to go ahead and say no. Want to save by bundling auto and home insurance? No. Have you or a family member honorably served in the U.S. military? This one, essentially, if you click yes, you're going to see USAA populate. If you click no, then you're not, because USAA does give military discounts. So if you're in that situation, of course, then you'd probably see that company as well pop up. We're just going to go ahead and click no to, for most people, it's probably not the case. Now, as you can see here, for California zip codes, as you can see here, State Farm populates as one of the best companies and one of the most popular car insurance companies. Now, this will vary depending on the city and state, and maybe even some of the ways in that you answer those questions. But as you can see here, we do have State Farm and Allstate as 2 insurance options. As you can see, there's not as many insurance options for this specific zip code that I picked for California. There will be more options for other cities and states. We're going to be going ahead and customizing this here as well, to get a good idea as far as like what the different insurance companies might look like in different areas. But as you can see here, just with State Farm, you can get a customized rate by State Farm, car insurance quotes for any budget, switch and save an average. I mean, again, a lot of these things, according to JD Power, best rated in service and experience, a lot of these things are going to be, common across a lot of different cities and states. You're going to be seeing, State Farm, Allstate, Geico. You're going to be seeing a lot of the same companies, Progressive as well. Now, depending on where you are, each one of them may cover better and give you better rates depending on where you are. So let's go ahead and continue through the list here. We have California. Next, we're going to be doing a zip code for Texas. So we're going to be doing a Texas zip code. So let's go ahead and refresh the result here. with a Texas zip code. And as you can see here now, Progressive is the #1 choice here for Texas zip codes. And then Geico next, then Kemper, State Farm again, as you can see here, State Farm, Agile Rates, Root, Experian, Allstate, and Lemonade. And then Progressive, of course, is the top choice here for people in the Texas zip code. Just for the example, Texas zip code that I picked may vary depending on what part of Texas you're in. But again, you can see the company list completely changes, and it's variable depending on your zip code as well as some of the other information that you enter. So really, this is probably the best way to get a proper car insurance quote. And if you do want to check out the rates or check out any of these companies, you can click here on the view rates section, and that will then take you to the specific insurance provider where you can enter in more information, your location, you're looking at auto insurance, and go through the whole quoting process. Now, I'm not going to be going through that here in today's video. It is pretty straightforward, but that is how you can then start to compare and get quotes from several different providers specific to your location. So we're going to go ahead and continue through here. So this is Texas. As you can see, Progressive is a pretty good option there. If we go ahead and continue through to Florida, we go ahead and type in like a Tampa zip code or something like that. We're going to go ahead and type that in here and refresh the result. Now, certain providers are only able to operate in certain cities and states. As you can see here, Progressive is still pretty good, as well as the top choice here for Florida. Then we have Geico, which Geico I find to be pretty good overall. You have Allstate, Agile Rates, Root, State Farm, Experian, and then Progressive again. So as you can see here, it really does vary depending on the city and state as to what insurance providers are actually able to operate in certain cities and states and which ones give you the better rates depending on where you are. Again, this is personalized results sorted by which company wants your business the most, because after over 200 hours of independent research, we found there's no one size fits all. Read reviews, get quotes, and save. Again, this is in partnership with money.com that we created this page here to help you find the best car insurance rates. Next, we're going to go ahead and do New York City. And this is New York, New York. So it's a little bit different. Again, the fourth most populated. We're going to go ahead and customize this zip code here. Again, you can feel free to follow along in this process and type in your own zip code. So as you can see here for New York City, Geico is actually the #1 choice here for this specific region. Then after that, we have State Farm and Amica for car insurance quotes. So you can see it does vary quite a bit. And moving along here, next, Pennsylvania in this list. So you kind of get the overall gist and the process here. You go ahead, you type in your zip code, you refresh the result, and then you can get a good idea as far as what companies might be best for you. As you can see here, we have Progressive is good for Pennsylvania. Then we have Agile Rates, Root Insurance, State Farm, Allstate, Experian, the Zebra, and Amica. So again, some companies may show up for certain places. Some companies won't show up for other places. It just depends on how you answer these questions as well. Maybe let's change a couple of things here. So we're going to keep the Pennsylvania zip code. But if we say, no, we don't have car insurance, no, we don't have a license, or say 3+ cars, and yes, we own a home, we refresh it, and it might be different. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see here, now we have the general showing up for that specific information here. Let's say we just have one, yes, yes, yes. Refresh here. And so then we're kind of back to the original list. So you can see, like, if you have multiple cars, it might make more sense to go with a company like the General, given that's what it's showing up here. So you can see it is kind of dynamic depending on, what information you actually provide. If you do own a home, if you don't own a home, if you don't have car insurance, things like that, it really does vary a bit. As you can see, the General now back up. Maybe if we go with older drivers, maybe we're like really old, 65 plus, we go here, we refresh it. Okay, now you're seeing best auto insurance. So as you can see here, it really does calculate based on the information that you provide for the quiz to get a good idea as to what might be the best at car insurance companies. Again, personalized results for you. Again, these are just some of the most populated zip codes and populated cities and states that we took a look at here in today's video, just from this list here. I would advise you, of course, to go ahead and test out this quoting widget. Go ahead and check out that first link down below in the video description to check out some of the best car insurance companies that are personalized to your zip code. Again, this is in partnership with money.com. It's at the first link in the video description. Now, one other thing here with car insurance to keep in mind is that it does also vary depending on the type of coverage you actually need with each of these companies as to what might be best. So this is like a general baseline based on your area and based on the couple of quick questions that you ask. But all of these different car insurance companies will also ask you more specific information as far as your driving record, as far as, if you've had any accidents, a lot more detailed questions about your actual driving record, your driving history, or if you're brand new as well, they might ask you some other questions as well. Maybe if you're a student, you might be able to get some discounts there. So it's important to at least kind of get started here at this baseline and then further go down the quoting process and then compare the different companies as to which might be best for you. Honestly, most of them are going to be fairly comparable in my experience. Really, it is just that city and state can be a little bit cheaper depending on the market that you're in. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Again, if you want to follow along and check out the best car insurance companies, you can go and check out that first link down below in the video description. If you guys found this video helpful or enjoyed it, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.